we all love food. Burgers, fish, steak, bacon, cheese, fruit, vegetables. It doesn't matter whether you throw caution to the wind and eat what you like or calorie count to the decimal place. Everybody loves a good meal. But what if the world decided what we ate wasn't enough? What if we were selling ourselves short? What if we could make everything mega huge? Here's a collection of some of the favorite things eaten around the world, taken to a whole new level. Around 300% of their original level, to be exact. This is Giant Favorite Foods.
1.
The Kitkat is a staple favorite of lunchboxes around the world. It comes in a neat 2-finger size or a 4-finger size if you're feeling a little more on the hungry side, and it just feels so good to snap one in half before you eat. Now look at the size of this guy. I'm not sure about 4 fingers, but this is around 40 hands big. It has a massive river of caramel running through about 150 wafers. It's baked in a special stenciled tin, so the Kitkat logo is imprinted on it. And it looks even better as it's cut open. Just check out the size when someone's hands are there. How long a break would you need to finish this off?
2.
Everybody loves ice cream. Eat it in the summer while at the beach in all those amazing flavors and varieties. Or you could choose to have it at dessert if the season isn't right to plop in a cone and take a walk. Either way, it's a favorite of almost every man, woman, and child on the planet. So what better way to enjoy its tastiness than between 2 soft dough cookies or biscuits and eat it like any other favorite of the world, in a sandwich. The ice cream sandwich allows for some pretty crazy combinations of filling, topping, and its bread, be it cookies or not. So when creating a mammoth ice cream sandwich of this size, you're gonna need around 16 tubs of ice cream. You can choose the flavor here, and you're going to need a seriously large baking tray to make the cookie to fit. I've heard you can play a small game of soccer on this. Just beware of brain freeze while enjoying it.
3.
Gummy bears. And we mean the jelly sweet, not the small and cute Disney cartoon characters. Have had a place in every children's Halloween candy tub for decades. They're also found in almost all mix of sweets on sale today. They're the size of a fingernail and come in all kinds of colors. But what if we told you it didn't have to be this way? What if you could have a huge gummy bear? What if we broke down the barriers of everything we know about jelly candies and we could create a monster? Remember in Ghostbusters when the Stay Puft Marshmallow became as tall as a building? Well, this isn't quite that big, but 'tis sure to give you a sugar rush if you try to eat the thing. This huge jelly is the size of 15,000 tiny teddy bears and would give anyone's heart a race if they ate the whole thing. Share it with your friends, perhaps at a teddy bear's picnic.
4.
Hash browns have the ability to bring life to most meals, kind of like bacon and cheese. In that, if you include them in your food, your experience is only going to get better. Shredded pieces of potato, fried to a lovely golden outside that form a great and crispy shell. Shallow fried by most, but also oven baked for the slightly more health conscious, they are immense food for every meal. Now imagine this on your plate. An entire hash brown, the diameter of 20 inches. It's fried in just a slight bit of oil and then topped off in the oven to ensure optimal temperature inside as well as out. You know what you could have with it to make it better? Bacon and cheese.
5.
The Humble Hamburger. The beauty of such a food is that you can put anything inside it to make it your own. Beef is the meat of choice, but can easily be switched out for chicken or lamb. But the staple remains the same. You put something in between a bun and enjoy the heck out of it. Get it on the grill, fry it in a pan. You can add cheese, pickles, tomato, you name it. Want sauce? Go for it. Want more than one? How about having this one? This guy is all homemade, from the bun to the beef. It weighs in as much as a small child and would probably send you to the hospital or the morgue if you tried to eat it on your own in one sitting. It has around 5 pounds of beef, and the bun is enough to make 2 whole loaves from. This is a danger burger.
6.
Mother's is known for pink and white iced circus animal cookies. They're so delicious and loved that the company sold for $100 million in 1998, and they continue to please millions to this day. These cookies are all the same flavor and equally delicious as the last one, but there's something about them that makes them so more-ish you just want to continue to snack even when the box is empty. Well, look no further. Here is Jumbo the Circus Elephant in all her cookie glory. The recipe here calls for a mix, usually to make 30 cookies, and the method is a lot more low and slow than usual baking. This is to make sure that they're cooked all the way through. The only problem here is finding a big enough glass of milk to have with it.
7,
The Ding Dong was first introduced in 1934. Hostess began marketing its Ding Dong in 1967. The name was given to coincide with a television ad campaign featuring a ringing bell, hence the name. The cake consists of a chocolate sponge cylinder that is filled with light cream filling, and to top it all off, it's also coated in a layer of crisp chocolate. They have a tendency of disappearing as soon as you open a box, and they always seem to be hiding in your stomach and don't want to come out. Well, this one is a bit different. There's no hiding from this guy, who is more Big Ben than Ding Dong. This is essentially a celebration cake disguised as a small cake bar. The calorie count is off the charts at 5,500, and the amount of cream inside can fill 2 dozen donuts, about the average intake for one cop on a night shift.
8,
Ah, the meatball. That heavenly little circle of meat that is perfectly seasoned. Most Italian mothers today will have their own secret family recipe and a sauce to go with it. And nobody makes them as good as your own mama either. But this won't stop you from getting them from a restaurant or anywhere else though. When cooked right, they can make a good sauce into something spectacular, and they can change the entire feel of a dish of spaghetti bolognese. They can also be made with leftover meat if you've nothing else to cook. So take a look at this guy, coming in around the size of a volleyball. This meatball is around 2.5 pounds ground beef and nearly fits snugly into a 10-inch frying pan. The sauce is a traditional ragu made over the course of 12 hours, and the meatball has been roasting for 6 hours to make sure it's fully cooked. You could carve this up like a turkey at Thanksgiving.
9,
Oreo is a sandwich cookie consisting of 2 chocolate wafers with a sweet cream filling in between, known as Milk's favorite cookie. There have been a whole boatload of variations, but the classic is still best received, and you could easily go through an entire roll before you know it. The other beauty of Oreos is the versatility to make them into cakes, ice cream, fudge, you name it, an Oreo could fill its boots. I mean, who wouldn't want this cake here for their birthday? And here's the mother of all Oreos, the queen of the hive, the Oreo that consists of around 6 packets to make, and the calories are something you don't even want to think about. If you ate this entire thing, you'd be consuming around 4 days worth of recommended calories, and you'd be on a sugar rush for 2 of those days too. But then again, it would taste amazing.
10,
Peanut butter and jelly, PB and J. Is there a more classic and worldwide accepted sandwich combination? Have American TV shows made this sandwich more famous than any other kind of food? It was found in nearly every kid's lunchbox since 1980. Not to be knocked, as it combines both sweet and savory flavors together in perfect harmony. Ever thought of mixing in peanuts with a bowl of strawberries? No, me either. Yet this somehow works when they're both in a gloopy kind of form. Now look at this guy, a PB&J sandwich made from slices of Madeira cake that cover a 10-inch plate. With a jar of jam and a half jar of peanut butter, it comes in as some feat of dining engineering and would certainly last a few lunches too. I think it's probably bigger than most lunch boxes to boot.
11,
Pop-Tarts, mainly known for their ability to burn the lips of nearly everyone who's eaten one, containing molten hot jam fillings and not giving you fair warning as the crust on the outside stays only lukewarm, they're a feat of food wonder. They come in so many flavors that you'd be hard-pressed to try them all over your working week for breakfast. But try hard enough and you could sure give it a good go. So what if there was one that could last you an entire week without needing a box of them. Well, here it is, the Pop-Tart to end all Pop-Tarts. I dread to think how much heat this one would pack if you bit it too soon.
12,
No chocolate radiates elegance and richness like the Ferrero Rocher small hazelnuts, covered in chocolate ganache, coated in chocolate and toasted nuts, and wrapped in a sparkling gold paper. Given as gifts all over for Christmas stocking fillers and gone before noon on the same day, they're a December staple. And here's a huge pyramid of them, painstakingly stacked to show off their glorious nature and everything it has to offer. But this isn't needed. There's an easier way to get all of those lovely candies gone without needing to stack them so high. Make one the size of a cannonball. This one weighs in at 3.5 pounds and has so much sugar you'd be on the ceiling before getting over halfway through it. The good side is it lasts past noon on Christmas Day, maybe till around 5 p.m.
13,
Rolo is a little cup of caramel that can be eaten one by one. Chew them or let them melt in your mouth. It's up to you, and was famous for its line, "Who would you give your last Rolo to?" Often the answer was nobody, as they're too damn delicious. But the 10 that comes in a single roll just isn't enough to start with. Imagine you could give some a slice of one, an entire slice of a Rolo, caramel oozing out as you put it on their plate. Well, here it is. The caramel in this candy took over 5 bags of sugar to create and is held in merely by a case made of 10 chocolate bars. The only problem, or blessing, depending on how you want to see it, is you're going to have to eat it all in one sitting, unless you like caramel oozing out of everywhere.
14,
There's a traditional day in the UK on Shrove Tuesday where the entire nation eat pancakes for their dinner. This is most days for America. The pancake is somewhat traditional to their breakfast and comes in sweet and savory varieties. Just look at that drizzling syrup as it makes its way down the hot pancake. Such a small thing that can bring so much pleasure is difficult to find. Marbles, sesame seeds, Danny DeVito, to name a few. But pancakes are the top of the list. Sorry, Mr. DeVito. Now imagine waking up to this mammoth being made for you. What toppings are going to be needed to cover this absolute humongous monster? 10 packs of bacon, 100 sausages, maybe a gallon or 2 of syrup to make it truly perfect? Sign me up.
15,
Did you know Snickers is the most enjoyed chocolate bar in the entire world? Well, now you do, thanks to Elite Facts. The combination of milk chocolate coating, soft nougat, and crunchy peanuts and caramel have made it the most enjoyed snack on the planet. And who can blame us? That's delicious in a wrapper. So here's one that amounts to around 100 bars. Those nuts you can see are actually ones made of crushed and repressed peanuts so that they're around the size of a human hand. The nougat is made from around 5 kilograms worth, and the chocolate needed 1 hour to complete cool down before being the right pouring temperature. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
16,
The s'more can be confusing to those not familiar with what it is, the name coming from the exact words of some more, because of the fact you want some more after every one you have. They're made up of a cracker, some chocolate, then a lovely toasted fluffy marshmallow goes on that. Repeat that and enclose it to make a little mini sandwich and enjoy while still warm. The mellow melts the chocolate a little and the cracker keeps it all enclosed so you can hold it. Unless it's this guy. This s'more is the size of a wedding cake base and weighs 1.5 kilograms. It contains an entire bag of melted marshmallow inside and a massive 2 bars of chocolate, too. You aren't picking this up to eat it, but a slice could probably be enjoyed in the same way if you're willing to get messy.
17,
Mars bars are probably one of the most recognizable chocolate bars in the world. Its distinctive black wrapping paper and simple but plain fillings are what make it so popular. The slogan used to be, "A Mars a day helped you work, rest, and play." Just make sure it's not this sized bar, because a Mars a day will not keep the doctor at bay. You'll be in the hospital in no time. It weighs 5 kilograms and has enough sugar in to power a car or an entire elementary school, teachers included, for a week. But you can still enjoy a slice of it every day.
Thanks for watching another amazing video, folks. Subscribe for more from Elite Facts.